I didn't give up Taylor. I didn't give up to money. I'm currently listening to this ish, which means that I'm letting people die. That I'm just, I'm very proactive in charging my computer. And I'm having satisfaction letting it shut off completely and then plugging it in. Which means in psychology that I've just been preoccupied with not having money and people stealing from me, people that I grew up around. It's funny, Facebook blocked me from posting today, which I'm not surprised because what I'm posting is counter speech, but because violence should not exist, Facebook is saying that I'm inciting violence with my post. So I'll be back in 2 weeks to post on Facebook. I'm a risk of my account being closed. I have a backup account, it's fine. And I've already sent the screenshots, at least 70 of them that I have of abuse towards me. On behalf of mostly everyone in my family of origin, their relatives, their neighbors, and colleagues, to the International Criminal Court, the FBI, to the Department of Homeland Security. My family of origins is wishing for the most part, their relatives, their neighbors, and colleagues, wishing for the day that my Facebook account gets shut off so there's no evidence of them abusing me. Wishing for the day that my Chromebook that they possibly know about through social media, not because I told them stops working so I'd lose any screenshots that I have saved here of abuse towards me. That I lose my cell phone so I can't even call the police and ask for help. Cover up. Caca with more caca is what they do. Wishing for the FBI to go away, wishing for the police to go away, instead of correcting their behavior and behaving well. I witnessed so much of that in my up to my early 20s that I don't talk to anyone in my family of origin. Their relatives, colleagues, and neighbors. For that reason, they're so creepy. The majority of them. In the meantime, I'm currently eating juca, drinking water. What else? That's funny that I brought a plate, a bowl of juca. Joe David lit this smile while he was working a garden one day. Like, what is it about this? I don't memorize threats towards me. So he threatened me decades ago so that I would be like my prima that doesn't have any money to do anything because of sex life, because some of them say do. And I would be that lonely woman saying, I just ate juca. I love juca. That wasn't like counter speech to a threat on purpose. It was just my subconscious saying it to him possibly. I didn't even eat the dish. I cooked juca. I cooked Arlene shrimp from Trader Joe's. It was like 12 that night. Oh, about poisoning him, but I didn't put poison in it. So I was gauging, is he okay with eating my food? These leeches have caused my hunger, so I exposed any sexual history that I have to my children who has raped me, trying for my children and myself to feel less than. They're so gross. They're so gross still. Ew. I'm so glad I didn't have a baby with that. Ew. What else? What else? What else? What else? So basically, this caused millions of people to starve. In addition to the millions that are already starving and need help, trying to cover up my death without people realizing, without Jada and Kehlani realizing that I'm a victim of theft, abuse, domestic violence, genocide. Porque they got in the way of me having children with men, sadly, by taking me hostage. Ew, da un asco. They prioritize rape. If one doesn't give them un canto, an orgasm, they want to kill one. They only prioritize massages for the ladies that rape them, a ver si se cogen un hint. Y se get una educación de massage all over the planet and stop raping them. They do it all wrong, but they're positive with the people that they want to be with, so I would never interrupt them. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? This leech causes my starvation and steals my money to rape my crushes. To try to see me naked, como si ya no hubiese ido a la piscina conmigo full. Thinking that if I post pictures of myself on the internet, I'll go away. I'm a nudist. I'm into voyeurism. They're preaching to the wrong choir when talking to me. Ew. I already had an Instagram account in 2017 when I was posting pictures of myself in lingerie. What else? What else? What else? They're so behind the times because I'm my own best friend and I don't talk to them. They panic, thinking, well, when is it that Arlene is going to kill me in self-defense? And now when is it that Jada and Kehlani are going to kill me in self-defense? What else? 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 I'm so bored. Anyways, I'll be taking a lovely break from posting on Facebook. Maybe I'll post on Instagram. Some days I catch up with what I have not posted, which isn't much. I could be in London right now, Jada and Kehlani. Not starvation. So I'm seeking the death penalty for everyone that's caused my anxiety. My depression and my poverty.
I sure do, he responded.
That's caused for Jada and Kehlani to be separated.
The Muslims had an event this past weekend. There was a health fair not long ago, too. I'm 73 years old and I walk around here every day. This is a nice spot to stop. Green asked if the park made the neighborhood better. Oh, you know it does, Mickey replied. He pointed to the front porch of the house next door, where Joyce, in sandals and a white t-shirt, was relaxing on a rocking chair. Ask her. She knows. Joyce was nodding. I've been staying here 10, 12 years now. There was a lot of bad when I first got here. Drugs and all that. Kids up to no good. People would let their dogs run all around them too, and oh, did it smell. She grimaced and shivered a little from the memory. But they fixed it up pretty soon after I got here. Put them tables and umbrellas too. Kids started coming around. We got the garden going. Before, everybody would avoid this block. It was ugly and dangerous because you didn't know who was going to jump out of those bushes. Now it's a lot better. We've got a park, we've got shade. It's a pretty good place to be. Green and his colleagues at the Horticultural Society suspected that fixing up the empty lots and buildings was improving Philadelphia's poor neighborhoods, but they weren't certain. Brannis and McDonald had a more specific hypothesis. They thought that remediation would reduce gun-related crime around them. It's not simply that they are signs of disorder, Brannis told me. It's that the places themselves create opportunities for gun violence. They take what might just be a poor neighborhood and make it poor and dangerous. The reasons are straightforward. Abandoned houses are good places for people involved in criminal activities to hide when they are on the run. They're also good places to store firearms. Untended empty lots, no obviously could finding residents avoid them, and in part because dealers can hide their products in the weeds of tall grass and police drive-by. For communities and for the police, they are hard places to monitor and control. But compelling theories, as critics of broken windows know all too well, are often betrayed by evidence that discredits them.
Just by saying hi to each
That's
other,
why Brennis
God
was so
gives them a right
surprised
to be
by the
invited
dramatic
over for dinner.
findings from their first experimental study on blighted environments and violence. There was a 39% reduction in gun violence in and around abandoned buildings that had been remediated. There was a smaller but still meaningful 5% reduction in gun violence in and around vacant lots that had been remediated as well. These are extraordinary numbers, at a level of impact one rarely sees in a social science experiment. But they weren't the only ones that impressed Brannis and his team. Equally powerful, he said, is that there was no evidence that the violence had simply shifted to nearby places. The declines were real. Moreover, these reductions lasted from 1 to nearly 4 years, making the benefit far more sustainable than those in other crime reduction programs. Honestly, he confessed, it was a bigger effect than we'd expected to find. According to Brannis, the main goal of the two projects was to find a way of making inexpensive, place-based changes that can be scaled to entire cities and that are relatively straightforward to sustain. He'd failed to do this earlier in his career, he acknowledged, when he was doing more conventional anti-violence research and advocacy, the kind that focused on the people who are most likely to commit crimes. When I started at Penn, we had been working hard to reduce gun crime in Philadelphia. We had the interrupters, the social workers, the community leaders. Some of them were amazing, and we had some successes.
My new
But they
makeup
were
and your
always
nail
short-lived.
polish.
They lasted only as long as we could keep the people there in the hood. We spent a considerable amount of money on that, and in the end, it wound up helping only
Everyone that's selling money, I
ones who were
have
there
never
at the
seen
time.
money stayed in my homes
We
without my
wanted to have a
permission.
bigger impact,
Driven my vehicles
one that
without my
would continue
permission.
even after we left. The Philadelphia studies suggest that place-based interventions are far more likely to succeed than people-based projects. Tens of millions of vacant and abandoned properties exist in the United States, writes Brannis and his team. Remediation programs make structural improvements to the very context within which city residents are exposed on a daily basis. They are simple, cheap, and easily reproducible, so they can be implemented on a large scale. What's more, they impose few demands on local residents,
My parents
and
started
the programs
me,
appear to pay for themselves.
so I killed the people that steal from
Simple
me.
treatments of abandoned buildings and vacant lots returned conservative estimates of between $5 and $26
Make
in
sure
net
that I
benefits
killed
to
them at
taxpayers,
a higher,
and between $79
friendly.
and $333 to society.
And since when those leeches go to high and never. Forget that doesn't count if they ever visit with money that they steal from me, the traffic from me, not having. So it doesn't count if they ever visit a high. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Zero people watching want to like this post. Waiting a few minutes and then I'll take out the trash in my restroom. Throw away a few gallons of water that are empty. Clean slightly the surfaces in my bathroom. The countertop I just finished. This is in the sink. Also maybe just throw it in the sink. And maybe bathe and start stitching possibly. Zero people are watching. One is like this.
At large, for every dollar invested.
Oh,
There appear to be
it's
American Journal of Public
sad.
Health reports
Yes,
It's
from
not only more
father.
dangerous to leave properties
It
untended,
may not be that old
It's also
guy
more
I
expensive.
know is done.
That's why, once Brandes began publishing and presenting his findings on the impact of fixing up abandoned properties, cities and universities throughout the United States were eager to enroll in the
What was
experiment.
that at though?
In the last few years, we've had people here from so many cities: Detroit, Chicago, and Seoul. When the guy from Chicago was here, he kept saying, "This is incredible. This is incredible. We need this in Chicago. I don't know why we don't do this there." By 2016, the team had raised millions of dollars in federal grants, launched blight remediation projects in New Orleans, Louisiana, Newark and Camden, New Jersey, Flint, Michigan, and Youngstown, Ohio. Each experiment included local academic partners and, at Brandes' insistence, the frontline researchers were community residents who were trained and paid for their contributions. We're proud that we've made a more sustainable effect
Is that
in fixing places.
After
Police will always be a key component of progress. Question is,
come near me.
strategies are better and more humane. So,
Because they have no chance with me. And I'm all right.
Sao Paulo,
It's a challenge for them. I'm wasting my time.
in some cases, they improve.
They could be those 3 months that waste their time to our day over. Ew.
While incentivizing young people to spend more time in safe places. The social scientists have long observed that the presence of bars and liquor stores increase local history shows that prohibition is not
I'm starting over to see you
not only because it generates more crime, but also because it kills individuals' overall consumption to often shifts consumption toward dangerous substances. But it's evidence that reducing the hours when bars and liquor stores operate. Between 2001 and 2004, 16 of the 39 Sao Paulo municipalities implemented a dry law, which forced bars and liquor stores to close between 15 and 16. When the recipient economist considered and examined the impact of violent behavior, he discovered that the dry laws caused a 10% reduction in lawsuits and had similar effects on battery and deaths by car accidents. But the restrictions were suspended after crime began to drop. They showed that the social environment dramatically increased.
Are you trying to communicate experiencia? Wow. Yeah. I heard that people are waiting to be burdened of my kids there.
Government also started a policy that offers modest but meaningful cash transfers to poor families on the condition that their children complete secondary schools. Both programs, the World Bank claims, play important contributions to Sao Paulo's green crime drop.
I think I saw his son's there.
Some critics see it as an extreme expression.
And the
After
best
all,
part,
communities facilitate local control of shared territory, establishing authority and private
and
space.
Sarah, not
These
to
months
me.
scientists call attention.
Either way, it doesn't matter to me, but I waste my time.
They often encourage formal social interaction.
The presence of such things. I went to jail 2 of them out of the 4.
In the city of Walls, California, authorities, motivation, Mexico City,
So my amigas is a song that I heard once. Welcome to my house. I feel pretty. I'm going to comment on that skirt. How about you? Mother does it. Getting away with my freedom. Keep it on my feet. What else could I say? How about me flashbacks when I want to kill abuela? That time that she bought me 2 milkshakes so that it would be over stuff. I was so mad that day. They volunteered. It was out of the Burger King. What the fuck? Ella le hizo bien en él. Cuando se amenazó esa bruta que es mi abuela. Ay, abuela. From now on. Ay, abuela. What? Food from myself and Jane. And we got back to good days. So home she would say, I'm trying to get him to eat food, no de for the rest of her life instead of food como si fuera algo normal. He can drink water with his food or even milk, but he needs to eat. Because I need to use those teeth. Why do they do? Oh, like it's common? No. Some persons out there are trying to say, no, it's not that. It's not. It's not 2 minutes.
In which one group can take extra legal measures to protect itself, and the others can only fume.
I'm gonna kill Jennifer like oxygen and self-defense.
Case of an impoverished, crime-ridden
I'm kidding, Maria. This is just self-defense in there.
and using
I'm
unauthorized
kidding, Sarah. I'm self-defense in there.
But their low status and lack of political power made the project short.
What else? I'm kidding, Maria. This is a very low self-defense. Did she not throw that bad? Like she sold we know about it. She didn't know that people were going to give her money for like a year only. So that the sister could probably kill her in self-defense for me. He's like an ocean child with people. Look at I get surprised that if they even try that.
The stigma, the low status of its poor,
I'm counting the very closely.
the neighborhood association's claims that
They are learning the U.S. Navy Department of Justice of the United States. The Homeland Security Department.
Residents' demands and, in turn, of the case. Officials insisted that drug dealers were using gates and cameras to create a zone of lawlessness where police couldn't operate. Province in South Africa had managed to defend their neighborhood enclaves. Poor, mostly black slum dwellers of Rio did not have that privilege. Their needs came down quickly, and the militarized police force reasserted control. Battles to control the social infrastructure are usually not so dramatic. In the United States and Europe, disputes over safety and the social infrastructure are more likely to unfold slowly and quietly, and they're often centered in gentrifying neighborhoods where new commercial conditions in ways that can
and those people back.
if they lead to displacement.
I don't have any babies, so I could have the planet for myself and everyone be sleep. My parents literally are so depressed and they're like, oh, this is your planet, I gotta live in.
So it's no surprise that there's a burgeoning literature.
What else?
Unfortunately,
What else?
some studies
I
show
don't have any
opportunities for crime.
Fucking Jennifer Boss is still staying in my home so I can get my money.
Verification suggests that gentrification plays out
That
in
asshole
local context.
is so low, not even class. Threaten my parents too.
All neighborhoods, though, commercial establishments are important parts of the social.
Starved me on purpose, trying to learn organizing from me. And I need money, and that's like the short way to get it from his home. He's even said, there, that's your money.
And into the streets and sidewalks.
To me, not to her.
And contribute to the passive surveillance of
Only
shared
the
public
since
space.
that he invited her
When I took
into my
research in
home after the age of 18.
Chicago,
Give me
neighborhoods
a
with active retail corridors were surprisingly resilient during the devastating war.
What else? What else? What else ended on Puerto? Que dan Puerto.
The social activity generated by
A
certain
major
local commerce
conspiracy.
protected both the majority and the minority populations in Chicago neighborhoods. It wasn't the products that made residents safer, it was the people who came out to shop and socialize. The Chicagoans who lived in depopulated and commercially depleted neighborhoods didn't have the same opportunities for casual interaction, and as a result, they were more likely to remain in their boiling homes. But as the story of Sao Paulo's successful dry laws illustrates, some commercial outlets were more likely to foster crime than to inhibit it. Bars and liquor stores are obvious
I try
examples.
to save my life.
Banks, currency exchanges, and automatic teller machines can have similarly deleterious effects on vulnerable neighborhoods. In certain reasons,
Do you think I'm gonna get it?
in
Ew!
the 1960s, the urban planning scholars
They think that I'm gonna get big and let them rape me full. I'd rather get some dance money to get it. They think I'm Latina bruta,
Retail corridors were hotspots, particularly after hours, when most consumers were at home and informal surveillance was weak. Although he shared Jane Jacobs' enthusiasm for the protective value of eyes on the street, Angel warned that commercial outlets were the wrong way to attract them, and urged cities to restrict their development. Recently, though, social scientists have taken a closer look at these patterns, and they've discovered that most retail outlets and commercial corridors are more protective than Angel realized. This is especially true in gentrifying neighborhoods, where new retail businesses, such as coffee shops and restaurants, symbolize an invasion of white, affluent residents that often spark public debates about displacement. In one intriguing paper, More Coffee, Less Crime, the team of sociologists led by the Yale professor Andrew Papachristos examined the relationship between gentrification and crime rates, using the annual number of neighborhood coffee shops that opened as a proxy measure for new local retail development. The article is agnostic on the general question of whether gentrification is good or bad for residents and cities more broadly, but it makes a compelling case that retail outlets like coffee shops help keep the neighborhood safe. After analyzing data from the Chicago Police Department, the U.S. Census, and the Chicago Business Directories, reasons that Angel proposed. They have fewer commercial outlets to attract the steady stream of consumers, and consequently, they lack enough informal surveillance to deter crime. Third, and importantly, business owners are less likely to open coffee shops in gentrified black neighborhoods than in those that are white. When they do, it's often a sign that developers are planning a large-scale transformation of the area, one that will likely result in significant displacement of established African Americans.
My period from
In
last
2017,
month.
this
Still on my rent, so
fueled
I feel
small-scale
great.
uprising in Denver's Five Points neighborhood, one of the
I didn't have y'all jealous.
urban areas around the United States.
I think so visual.
The flame came from Keith Miller,
Ew.
the proprietor of the local Denver coffee shop. Well, out of his staff posted signs saying, nothing says gentrification like being able to order cortado. And heavily gentrifying the neighborhood since 2014, outside the company's new shop at Five Points. Herbert thought the signs would be funny, but residents and community organizations concerned about their fate offensive. Some responded by vandalizing the establishment. Others organized protests against both Inc. and the gentrification process it represented. I am embarrassed to say that I do not fully appreciate the very real and troubling issue of gentrification.
Well, I haven't had more
And I want to sincerely apologize to those who understand firsthand the hardship and cultural consequences that gentrification has caused, said Herbert in a Facebook post after the protests began. But this hardly satisfied his critics, who have continued pressing in the neighborhood to preserve places where everyone, not only affluent young
Yeah,
professionals,
I want to do
lives
that.
at home.
So anyone that
Residents
needs
of the
help,
Green
building a
housing
farm,
projects in Chicago
possibly
organized a
for
similar
like
protest
people
movement
that
in the
don't
late
suffer
1990s,
financially.
when the city announced
So
that
I
it
would
was
feel
going to
bad about
abolish,
my
privatize,
situation.
and revitalize
It
the
can
public
all
housing
be
structure,
illegal
and
workers.
civic groups
I
accused
agree.
officials pushing poor African Americans
But
off
then
their
tried to
job.
get me to kill myself. They're sober. They're not even clowns. He's sober.
This protesters
Now he's just covering up Gaga with Coco
developers built a shopping
instead
center
of living
and
life.
Starbucks across the street from the green. The coffee shop,
Most likely.
Christos and his team right,
So now I want my attention if he stays alive, he gets organization possibly.
one that would ensure this area will soon
Or
experience
someone
rapid
else if they
gentrification.
fall. So
The housing project did experience a decline in homicide,
I don't know
but it
where we
remained
hang
far more
out.
dangerous than the areas around it. Here we might see a positive effect of gentrification.
Well, Cyrus says we hate now. At least
But the severe expense of the displaced.
what else? That's so embarrassing for them. I don't want to witness that. I'm about to stitch soon. What else? It's so hard.
As it happened, research conducted in another public housing complex in Chicago points to a more
Anyways, I purposely missed this time around. Sadly, that I keep seeing my Instagram instead of my life getting better. Si dicen la liga que llevan los redes sociales. Sheldon me dio día a mí solo gigante. Pues todos esos. Que se cree que todos los días está ganando premios y compite y mata a la gente idiota. Para tratar de ganar. What else todavía? Ew. Her parents even suggested she enrolled in sports in school so that she would see that that's about camaraderie and not killing. I'm gonna kill you. In self-defense one day, she thinks that me taking out my trash is gonna cause me to not be desirable to someone. It could ruin my chances with maybe one person that doesn't want to be abused or says she this like I had a lot of time to meet her during the next 6 months, and I didn't. So that's understandable. It matters. People that I could date and not get raped. Mikey, I lost a while ago, out of money to replace it. I need about $200 to replace my keys. Just kidding. What? This is weird. Is that even? Okay, there. There's the Tower of America. I missed you. I missed Kehlani. You can decapitate everyone that's not in the way of me receiving money. Stolen from me, stayed in my homes without my permission, driven my vehicles without my permission to mock my gray hair. They're not done. What else? What else? What else? Sword. Sword. I'm excited. I'm bathing soon. And then I'm stitching. Still haven't eaten a sandwich today. So I'm excited about that. Can eat a sandwich, chips, and I can order the onions in my pantry. They're waiting to get later. What else? What else? What else? What else? Breakfast. Before shopping HEB earlier. Oh, they tried to debilitate me and put me in a wheelchair. So I can't kill them for self-defense. I have a prima that lives right next to all of them. That has a knife, a gun, un rifle que pues la pueden matar like straight shooter from window to window. And they don't even know it. Someone threw the art. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So, what else? So yeah, if I were even that star to be in a wheelchair, that prima that has immunity to kill themselves for me would have just shot them already, or maybe she hasn't. I haven't found out. Some of those that people, it could be access my dad handling it for my sibling, or the FBI. And my sibling could be in jail.
Access granted.
My sibling could be in jail. I thought this is hilarious how the ones on the upstairs floor are unlocked historically. People think that kids in a first floor will start running into jail. However, in an upper floor, they wouldn't. What else? What else? So bored. I'm so bored. Why some of these other people home? Oh, for the kids to see? Or is there a ring that is lower onto the door? What else? Fix your face. What else? What else? What else? Finally, I'm bathing. My bathroom is looking better. And what else? My floor sandwich clean, swept it. Took out my bathroom trash, not my kitchen trash. Like it's art. Oh, I'm that bored. What else? What else? What else? What else do I have? I can't remember. What? I'm killing so many people today, and it's not because already planning their funeral. I just like to see a lot during like the whole year. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. I mean, you and Nike, and I don't remember me. Nike in 2020 was like, go shut down the stores. Not in our stores. Not in our stores. Oh, during those times too, we were like, okay, define your finances for us. We suspect you're poor, but how poor are you? That people will have to shop online. And okay, gone. Much better. And what else? So not an American Eagle, not at Neiman Marcus. People take a break 2 weeks. If you need someone to talk to, there's that therapist online. Website, call your mommy virtually. Be proactive. Keep up with all this shit that Andrew, Alex, and Iris that exist have created, raping Arlene, stealing her money, and raping you all. I've heard autistic kids sometimes will invade a space if the space is open. There's blood. Oh, that's like the crime scene look. I've never got bored, got ever. I just don't have the energy. I've been posting a lot on social media, seeking financial help. I need to clean this. And what else? What else? What else? Sí que te deja los nervios made. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What? So my laptop is charged-ish. I called it what else? Saw that dish that I gave Davis the day was this in my oh my god, dinero que me lo hacen or I'm feeling nostalgic after that white t-shirt. That's a chocolate. I love chocolate. Where would it come? So I'll see you, but I don't want to keep you. Ever keep them. And then pre-soak it. So that's the problem. So I can use them to clean. Possibly. Anyways, I'm about to listen. Oh, it continues. Chapter to chapter. What else? What else? What else? I can't post on Facebook until the 7th, so 2 weeks, that's fine. I need a mental breather to, that's also it. It's like for someone that's going with I'm going to, they're like, I have to take a breather for 2 weeks, so she finally picks a gun and kills Joanna Vargas instead of talking about it. It's like, how many times is she gonna say the same thing over and over again and not complete the task? When she's very detail oriented. What else? What else? What else? What else?